2 miles beneath the restless Atlantic, where sunlight dares not reach and silence holds absolute dominion, lies a realm suspended in eternity. A realm of desperation, terror, and flickering hope, where the injured once sought refuge, and where humanity's final gestures played out amid the Titanic's dying throes. Now, all is motionless. Corroded beds, dulled tools, and the shadowy traces of glass ampoules hang motionless in the black currents. This is the infirmary of the Titanic, a haven devoured by the abyss. April 14th, 1912. The Titanic was more than an engineering triumph. It was a drifting metropolis. Below its gleaming decks and opulent halls was a medical ward equipped to handle any maritime malady. Physicians and nurses navigated among pristine cots, operating kits, and flasks of remedies, prepared to aid passengers from first class to steerage without distinction. Here the ailing and wounded found respite. There were cots with starched linens, wheelchairs poised for use, and side tables arrayed with vials of pharmaceuticals, hypodermics, and containers of disinfectants. Every element reflected thoughtful design and scrupulous attention, a medical facility worthy of a vessel deemed unsinkable. But that night, pandemonium broke loose. The iceberg ripped into the hull, unleashing torrents into the lower levels. Patients were rushed away, equipment forsaken, and the infirmary turned sepulcher, as the liner's doom was locked in. Over a century on, adventurers plunging to the wreckage uncovered the overlooked infirmary. Their beams cut through the gloom, exposing cots still in orderly lines. Linens rotted, yet discernible. Wheelchairs toppled, some pinned under fallen girders. Steel lockers, once lustrous, now pitted, disgorged their innards. Glass hypodermics, tablet cases, and patient records safeguarded in the frigid void. One explorer's lens captured the dim gleam of a blemished lancet. It rested on a rusted salver, the blade itself locked in stasis, undisturbed for generations. Close by, remedy bottles, a few still capped, drifted in murk veils, twinkling like vanished constellations. Each relic narrated halted existences. The implements of healing had morphed into emblems of calamity, reverberating the mortal haste that once animated this chamber. Scholars portray the Titanic's infirmary as a pinnacle of early 20th century healing arts. It was compact, streamlined, and comprehensively outfitted. A dispensary filled with opium, quinine, and morphine. An operating area with steel devices honed to brilliance and inhalation gear, able to sustain life across vast ocean voyages. On that ill-fated evening, physicians and attendants were swamped. Some ministered to harmed travelers even as floodwaters lapped the decks below. Others strained to evacuate the afflicted, hauling litters along passages swiftly inundated with freezing brine. The infirmary was among the final arenas to behold human valor, dread, and loyalty. And now, under the swells, it endures as a mute sentinel to that valor. As submersible drones scanned the infirmary with lenses, remarkable particulars surfaced. A patient ledger, brittle and blotched, was found beneath a toppled stand. Though largely illegible, its presence verified that healers had recorded treatments, possibly the closing moments of someone who perished. Adjacent, a glass hypodermic, sealed and whole, mirrored the floodlight as if awaiting grasp that would never come. Metal pans warped and eroded, clutched vague traces of what could have been gauze or disinfectant dust now merged with the silt. Even wheelchairs twisted and oxidized recounted tales. One bore a subtle depression from a terrified occupant. Another displayed a ripped leather band, hinting at frantic efforts to secure or shift an individual. Every artifact was a petrified shard of a night when mankind confronted ruin. The Titanic's infirmary transcends a mere compartment. It is a shrine to understated bravery. Its surfaces now draped in seaweed and polyps guard the resonances of palms that nursed outsiders like kin. The tools are no longer pristine. the cots no longer inviting. Yet their layout conveys a narrative of discipline amid turmoil, of compassion amid ruin. The Atlantic's chill has conserved what frenzies blaze, and the deluge failed to wholly obliterate. The sea murmurs through shattered struts, the fluid blurring the soft contours of devices and cots, forging a phantom panorama of existence cut short. Picture the attendants. A youthful lady clutching a lamp, strands matted to her forehead, stepping warily among the iced frames. Envision the surgeon's fingers quivering, striving to preserve souls as gelid waters climbed about them. Every hypodermic, every lancet, every ampule recounts these ultimate instants. Mortal dedication, encased in onyx, safeguarded not in display cases, but in the icy vault of the depths. Even the tiniest pieces proclaim profoundly. A tablet tin snapped closed, a mercury gauge fractured, a flask tilted askew on the base, all emblems of aborted tending and life's transience. What captivates today's venturers most is not merely the endurance, but the hush. The infirmary dwells in perpetual anticipation, as though the crew could reappear to resume duties any instant. The profundity feels nearly hallowed, shielding these vestiges from scavengers and decay, permitting them to hover betwixt disaster and remembrance. The devices are ethereal and striking. Silver pans flicker softly, glass ampules glisten as beams traverse, and oxidized wheelchairs project elongated shades across the silted ground. There is an odd lyricism here. The lyricism of nurture and bereavement, of existence halted and immortalized. Today, the Titanic's infirmary surpasses mere chronicle. It is a reflection on transience, on fortitude, and on life's delicacy. It recalls that beyond every extravagance on the vessel were commonplace deeds of solicitude, and that the palms of those who toiled, physicians, attendants, crew, bequeathed imprints that persist even in the oppressive nadir of the sea. In this submerged crypt, every item is a murmur. A lancet susurrates of exactitude. A hypodermic buzzes of promise. A wheelchair creaks beneath humanity's burden. The Titanic's infirmary is voiceless now, but its tale vibrates through the ages. A tribute to existence, to obligation, and to memory's lasting imprint against erasure. And thus, beneath the surges in the frigid and obscure, the infirmary bides. It bides for acknowledgement. It bides for comprehension. It bides serenely, forever beneath the Atlantic, where the reverberations of overlooked souls yet hover, murmuring their narratives to those bold enough to heed.